Welcome back to Ask Pop. Today I'm talking about how will they know? I've got two confessions to make today. And heck, I'm not even Catholic. First, I was in my 40s before I ever went to VBS. Yep. Basically, when I was a kid, sports took up pretty much all my summer. And then wasn't even until I was a dad before it was on my radar. And even then, that was something that moms did. That was until Tony asked me to help out one year, and I did the exact same thing that I'm supposed to do, and that was yes, dear. And then after I helped out that first year, I did it religiously for the next dozen years or so, and I pun intended there. Now on to the second confession. Stick with me here. I promise it'll all make sense. Well, as much as any of these things do. Now my nanny, no, I didn't. I wasn't raised rich. I was raised Southern. My nanny's my mom's mom. She was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in the mid 80s when she was in her mid 40s or in her 40s, and I was in my teens. And now you're probably wondering, where in the heck am I headed with all this? Well, you see, Nanny and Papa had went to the same church for years, and when Nanny got sick, they retired early and they moved down to Florida, and they had wanted to go to the same denomination church when they moved down here, and they did for a little while. But as the disease progressed, Nanny wasn't able to dress herself anymore. So Papa started doing it. And while he was awesome at a lot of things, Ralph Lauren, he wasn't. So Nanny just didn't feel comfortable going into the sanctuary, the denomination that they went to, looking less than her best and wearing slacks or pants. So we ended up finding a drive-in church, and that's where we ended up worshiping until she became bedridden, and that became our house of worship. Now, I'm not saying that to ding the first denomination, nor am I saying it to give props to the second denomination. I'm just saying it to say that thank God that there's both. And I'm also wanting to say that there's a math word there in the word denomination, denominator. And as long as Christ is at the center of whatever house of worship that you're choosing, that's the right one for you. Now, let's go back to that VBS confession there for a second. This past week at my house of worship, our home church, we sang there. One of the songs we sang was "They Will Know We Are Christians by Our Love," and it reminded me of a VBS that we had done years ago, where that was the theme of the VBS. And I thought that was appropriate for this, and it reminded me of a sweet lady who was too proud to walk into a sanctuary wearing anything less than her best. So, just wanted to share that with you today, and also wanted to see if you wanted to see what you thought about, will they know that you are a Christian by your love? The Bible verses today are John 13:31 through 35, and 1 Corinthians chapter 1. The whole chapter, it's not that long. And as far as questions go, how do you feel about different denominations? How about the different styles of worship? And like I asked, will they know you are a Christian by your love? God bless you. Have a great day.